Hello, my name is Sheldon, and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as King of Heaven. In previous episode we started a war against Alsa and Egypt, and we'll try to get the rest of Ethiopia over here for ourselves, but we did also do the survey at Suez, and well, after this war we'll hopefully be able to build the Suez Canal, but right now it's not going to happen. I think what we might do is, just as a easier invasion, we'll go and take Crete first, and we'll use the in Eastern Mediterranean for that. We'll go ahead and switch you to interception. So what we'll do, at least we'll take some land, and then, you know, one way or the other we'll force the enemy out of the war. We're losing a bit of ground over here thanks to the enemy bringing all their troops now back to the southern front. We've got 195 battalions, although strength-wise, well, they do have the advantage quite a bit, actually. But we are definitely inflicting a lot of casualties on them, and if we can... Well, this one should be pretty easy conqueror. There we go. So that's all conquered. I might try to do the landings in Lower Egypt once again to pull out some of the enemy, or pull back some of the enemy troops again from the south. So I think we've managed to get some strength again at least. And if we can successfully do the landings, then that will give us a whole lot more hope on beating the enemy one way or the other. This one's going to be another loss though. So they are pushing a little bit into Abyssinia, but I think... Oh, we're actually losing ground here. Oh, because they've taken parts of Oromia? Or is that because we just don't have the... Well, there's a lot of casualties. I don't think they've actually managed to conquer any Gondar, have we? No, not right now, but things might be looking a bit bad. Ooh, there we go. We've taken all of Lower Egypt already. Without any opposition. So how about Egypt? Will you start losing your... war exhaustion now? They will. They probably have, yeah, they got a bit of troops underway in here, but if we can take a bit more ground before that. So deal proposed. No, I'm not going to give Gondar for Eritrea. Thank you very much. Now that they're moving a lot of their troops away, how's the manpower situation? They got 27,000. I'm going to go ahead and take one of these to advance the front again. Just to keep them busy, and maybe we can push it a bit further in. We didn't really gain a lot of ground here in the previous conquest. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch you to just hold the ground. The longer we can hold the capital in Egypt, the better. And of course, Egypt's war support is now dropping very rapidly, so the sooner Egypt is out of the war, the better. It was a successful land invasion. We can go ahead and switch this one back to raid convoys to wreck the economy of the enemy a bit further. This one's unfortunately going to be a loss on the attacking side there. And they did manage to take a bit of ground on here, but I think we'll be able to push them back one way or the other. Neither side is really attacking in here, but as long as I hold Egypt... Oh, there we go, Egypt's been capitulated. So now I've got Eritrea, and now it's a lot smaller front line. So much so that I could probably... Oh, there's a fourth Papal army. I'm just going to go and demobilize that one. We don't need to bring that down here. And this little... what is left of them will be conquered very shortly, so we will have won this. It was a daring landing in north that saved us. I think this could actually be sent... back to the HQ in Italy. Doesn't really need to be held there, and I suppose this one will be sent back home soon enough as well. But there we go, that was a victory. I'm just going to go ahead and send... station it at Ethiopia, actually. For now. And now that the war is over, let's go ahead and start improving relations with Egypt. We've got a bit of cold relations right now, but we'll hopefully fix that. I could embargo them, but I don't think I will. Oh, and is there some sort of... we can expand our colony in Ethiopia. Okay, fair enough. So that's how it works. Well, in that case, we could probably go ahead and just set up the colony in Congo now as well. Or can we do that while we just did that one? We can. So we got our Basque Congo. Nature administration. I'd say Catholic missions will uplift the local populace. Conversion education. Yeah, so that'll be fine. And is our colony still ongoing? No, I can't establish more colonies, but I suppose Basque Congo is going to be colonizing at least to some degree. So that will help them. So I guess we could actually, technically speaking, save a lot of bureaucracy. Alright, they support the Italian unification. I mean, that's kind of gone already, but that's fine. So they'll at least have some productions in there. So our GDP did drop a tiny bit from that. It's not too bad, though. And standard of living is now improving, so I'm guessing the troops from Africa are returning. Yeah, they should be. Looks like Netherlands having the revolution still ongoing there. What's this then? Air and Sokoto. I don't think I'm needed in there. Oh, max in. Oh, right. We need to get some more universities. We had some universities in the Africa areas that we just lost. Right. Well, let's go ahead and I think we'll go build some more in at least there. Maybe we'll get at least 1 or 2 levels of university in. Actually, we'll get 3 levels in Venetia. We're getting a pretty good amount of money now. So actually, we could go ahead and drop the taxes again after the war now. We've got a decent bit of cash reserves, so we'll survive that. Standard of living has kind of dwindled a tiny bit. It's not too bad, though. And there's a whole lot of industry start expanding. Floating harbor will actually be completed very shortly. And after that, it's going to be going up to the tier 4 techs in military. That'll be quite handy. Well, let's have a look. What is it that is going to start spreading? Trench work would be really handy. It is trench work. Oh, brilliant. The trench infantry, here we come. Well, we've still got a whole lot of bureaucracy extra. I don't suppose there's any more institutions that we can really increase. Again, the colonial affairs is something that we can't really increase, but... or we don't really need right now. Not a lot of colonies that I can found at this point. So I suppose at least they're getting a little bit colonies growing in there on their own, so it's not all bad. I mean, actually, how much is this growing? It's a lot slower now than what I had. So that was probably a mistake. To improve relations with them at least. Keep our colonies happy. A lot of tooling workshops being made. So how is the situation? We got quite a bit of need for steel and clothing. Coal as well to some degree. A bit of iron. Definitely need a lot of rubber. That's a bit limited on what we can do there. Oh, Sweden's having a revolution. Portuguese rules, okay. I don't think I'm going to join that. But there we go. We got all of Ethiopia. We got a nice colony going in Congo. I think the next target is going to have to be Tripolitania, but we'll probably want to wait the infamy to drop a little bit further. Although we've got fairly good relations with them, but if we make the protectorate, there's always a chance that they'll just accept that, of course, because we've got good relations with them. That's 7.7 infamy, so wait at least before we... until we get to, like, I don't know, 15 infamy or somewhere around there. Just to be on the safe side. We'll turn them into a protectorate, so we'll have another vassal there, and then we'll have already 4 different areas in Africa that we control. And of course, we'll need to do perhaps one big war against Austria, which is of course a lot easier said than done. We got fairly good relations with them, though. They don't have a huge army. They do have a larger population than we do. They definitely have... Actually, they got less GDP than we do. I mean, to be fair, as a player, we've been focusing a lot on improving things. So let's go ahead and... Well, I suppose I can't build the rubber plantations too much. There is still a Niger Delta, I suppose, where we could build that. Let's get 1 or 2 levels. We'll probably get a railway as well to get more transportation. Although once we get the steel railway passages, that should increase the transportation a decent chunk. I suppose in the urban centers, we've got the public trams already. So that's about it. We can't really increase it any further. But we should probably go ahead and build some more things. We've got a lot of construction capacity available. We might actually increase the construction speed total. Let's go ahead and get another construction sector up here in Piedmont. At least that one. There's plenty of peasants available. Is there anything that we might... Well, I suppose the motor industry is kind of useful. The steel mills are very useful, so we'll get those 2 at least, and then we'll maybe get another coal mine, and... We don't really need the lead too much. We've got the logging camps already working full speed. So how bad is the clippers? That's the man of wars. So clippers, there is a bit of extra. So we could go ahead and maybe switch another one of the shipyards. For example, the Romania one. So that's 35 years. So that if we switch that to steamships, it's going to be exactly 0 extra, more or less, on that one. But it also means that there's going to be a bit more steamers available, which we do need. We also need a whole lot more clothing, though. So that's another thing that we might go ahead and just increase in... At least in our capital 1 level, maybe we'll get another level up here. That seems to be quite profitable. And maybe the... Well, actually, not going to upgrade the one in here. It's just the rubber isn't really that cheap. So we can go back to the craftsman suing, and that's maybe making the situation slightly better for us. At least it will be making a bit more money. So Suez Canal, we cannot do that quite yet. We need to first get the land in Sinai, and it's going to be a bit expensive. But first we need to improve relations with Egypt quite a bit. And they don't really like me. At least we're improving relations with them. I don't know if they are improving relations with us. No, not really. They got 2 million debt. I mean, that's not really that bad. How much do we have? We got 6 million. They wouldn't take that. Well, they wouldn't allow us to take on their debt, admittedly, but it's alright. Oh, there we go. Education investment to level 4 and law enforcement to level 3. So we got 62% literary rate now. Well, hopefully we'll go a bit further than that, but it's in a pretty good situation overall. We got the pump check's going to be done in 4 to 6 weeks. That'll be really handy. Oh, fire break. Whether through the trust of our people or the trenches of our soldiers, Kingdom of Heaven has emerged unbroken from the wave of socialist agitation that threatened it. Trying for all of Kingdom of Heaven, so get some more legitimacy. Loyalists from standard of living increases, which has been increasing recently. Political strength of labourers is reduced and more loyalists from upper middle strata. Or things will never be the same again. So we don't get the... I think we'll take the legitimacy, actually. Just to have that as an option. Or, you know, get maybe a bit more loyalists. We've got 6 million loyalists right now, to be fair. Less than 1 million radicals, so we've got a fairly good situation in that regard. Standard of living is now 12.4, so that's been increasing. We've got almost 70 million GDP. Of course, if we have a look at the total market, I suppose, well, we can't see the exact GDP, but if we know that we are about 70% of it, then it's about 100 million total, which isn't too bad. And Gondor is one of the bigger ones right now, or one of the top 5 states right now. The use of extreme force is becoming increasingly common among police officers in Romania. The working class and the socially conscious are rallying against the police and the institution. No use of force is warranted. Keep some of the groups happy at least. So let's look at the Papal Ethiopian army, which I suppose isn't really needed. I'm just going to go ahead and disband that army. We got the 5th army, which is where exactly? Is it this one? No, that's the 6th army. Okay, first of all, the 6th army can be disbanded, and then we've got the 5th army, which is at Niger Delta. Oh, right. Yeah, so it's an extra one over there. So that could also be disbanded. And there we go. Pump tracks are going to be done very shortly. Then hopefully we'll start discovering some oil somewhere in our market. It may not be us. I'm hoping that somewhere... Oh, there's the pump tracks. Oh, and I suppose automatic irrigation will be quite handy. Oh, oil discovered in Lombardy. Well, well, well. Right, how much do we have? 5, okay. I think we'll start with building 5 then. Let's see, what is going to be the next thing spreading to us? Getting the oil is going to be very handy, especially for the canning facilities and all that sort of stuff. And many other things will require oil. Shift work, okay. I mean, that's not a bad one, actually. Economy of scale going up. So in military, we've already got onto tier 4 in research. In society, we are still working on tier 3, so what we might want to do is focus on the production and society techs for a little while. Although, since we already got the trench works underway, or soon underway, we'll get that one at least, before we switch the focus. We can't construct the Suez Canal quite yet. We do not have good enough relations with Egypt, although they are going up. Slowly. I don't suppose I can bankroll them. They probably wouldn't accept that anyway. Another... Oh! Defensive path for Siam? Ah, no, I don't think I want to increase my influence down that way. More working towards Southern Europe and Africa, quite frankly. I guess we got oil over here. That's part of oil market. We could invite them to customs union. Give them an obligation. It may not be a huge amount of stuff that we get from there, but it might improve the availability of various resources. It would provide some, probably some fish and wood at least. Losing £10,000 per week, but that's manageable. We've got a bit of construction work going on as well. Increasing especially the motor industry, because that is something we need to increase a whole lot right now. Where else do we have the motor industry again? So we've got one in Emilia, which is already being upgraded. The one in Piedmont is being upgraded. I have one in Tuscany. Oh, right, and we've got one in Sicily. I suppose that one could get a bit of an upgrade. And then Sardinia doesn't have one. Okay, fair enough. So we'll just go ahead and increase the motor industries a lot for the time being, so that we can then get the engines required for the automatic irrigation, especially for things that we need. Oh, actually, especially for things like rubber. That would be really useful. That will reduce the worker numbers a little bit. It will improve the quality of the employment. It will increase the rubber production a lot. So we'll put that in there. It will be a little bit expensive initially. But that will also save us a bit more unemployed, which can then work on the other plantations and such. So that's not bad one either. Another steel mill will be completed shortly. And we did increase the production or construction speed a tiny bit in here in Piedmont. We'll probably get one more construction sector somewhere and be still mostly fine. Although we are paying quite a bit already ourselves. So it's a kind of, well, not a problem yet, but there's a bit of issues there. Oh, right, we can't get the colonized state now that we stop having the colonial state. But we did already complete the learn the game achievement at least, so we don't really need to worry about that drill entry too much. Now we've got the extra universities, we're getting a fairly good amount of innovation, 143, almost 144 actually. And the literary rate has been increasing. Is there... Right, we got the education already at level 4. Healthcare we can't really increase too much right now. Partially because it's the charity hospital, that's one of the issues there. Of course, if we can get the... Well, the private health insurance would allow the max to go 2 points higher, or the public health insurance at some point, but no one's really supporting those. At least not sufficiently. The legitimacy is pretty decent. The industrialists are... Funny enough, actually, the industrialists are protectionists, so they do not want to have free trade. They do want protectionism and mercantilism, but no free trade. What was the private sector building in the meanwhile? Explosives. There was a sulfur mine, but that was just completed. Coal mines, railways, tooling workshops, dye plantations, and a whole lot of things. What's this then? Everyone starts with Denmark versus Schleswig Proletarian Revolt. Okay. Wait. Oh, right, that's Brazil. Right, all declare neutrality. Actually, we haven't really had a look at the situation in North America, or America in general, so... USA is fairly large, but actually their GDP is not that strong. I mean, they're kind of on par with what we have. They got a larger population, they got lower literacy rate, they got slightly smaller standard of living. Mexico is kind of the usual. And I suppose both Chile and Argentina are trying to colonize southward, but that's about it. Actually, they did also take pretty much all of this Alto Paraguay. That's interesting. Took a bit longer for us to do that in our playthrough as Argentina. But well, actually, no. Overall, I think at this point we had done the colonization more or less. But we didn't manage to take it all until we took that in a war against Bolivia. So the human rights will be done soon. After that, I'm kind of hoping... Well, I suppose there's still quite a few options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options at least. Well, this investment pack... Oh, that would increase another company. That would be quite handy. I don't think we'll get all the text done. I mean, we've still got about 30-something years. Oh, there's a human rights. Right, Social Security Institution is increased. I suppose, well, we've got still a bit of bureaucracy, so we could potentially do that. Increase the standard of living a tiny bit. It will cost us some money, of course, but that is understandable. Oh, mutual funds is spreading. Oh, yeah, that is something we definitely want to have. And after that, we'll get the... Well, we'll get the trench works, and then we'll focus on the production and society techs. At least to get both of those to have all the tier 3 techs done. Which would increase electricity, which would be actually quite useful at this stage. We're still losing a little bit of money, but it's quite manageable. We can keep this going for a few years at least, and by that point we'll probably... Oh, actually, that's a bit of construction work that is... Actually, no, we've got all the construction still going, but I guess what we might want to do is get another couple motor industries up here in Piedmont. And what are we looking on the other stuff? So, rubber is still very high in demand. Ironclads are pretty high in demand. Steamers are a little bit high in demand. It's not too bad, though. We could use quite a bit more coal. Let's go ahead and get a... Let's just max up the coal mines in Calabria. And we have reduced the infamy a decent bit, so we could potentially go ahead and maybe start the... Oh, actually chase it appears. Right, so make a protectorate. They might even accept it. They would be technically speaking on the enemy side, but I think we're going to do this now. But they will not accept. Oh, they're not that far off, though. Oh, but the military difference is already 100 points. I don't think it would matter that much. There's quite a few nations that might join against us, so maybe we won't do that quite yet. We'll try to improve some more relations before we attempt that with nations like... actually, with improving relations with Russia, we could probably improve relations with Prussia to prevent them from joining in a war against us. Or maybe not prevent, but reduce the chance or likelihood of it. So we've got the oil rigs over here. Oh. Radical Abyssinian diplomatic play against us. Oh, yeah. Do they have army? They will have 5 battalions. Okay, we'll just go ahead and take the troops from Niger. Actually, we can wait a little bit. Oh, target in the diplomatic play completed. I didn't realize that that was a thing. Well, I guess it was. Honestly, I think our vessel would probably be able to win this war on their own, but if we send in 5 battalions, that'll be sufficient. I think we'll mobilize it now and deploy it to the front. It'll take 73 days to arrive there anyway. So getting started on that is probably a good idea. We can now, since we've got the oil production, let's get the food industry using the canneries or meat packaging. So that will reduce the amount of grain needed. A bit more oil is required. It might not be profitable immediately, but I'm sure that that will start the oil rigs production up here. And that will give us a lot of money. We can put it to the rail transportation already. Ooh. United States would be willing to join in exchange of an obligation. I don't think we need to. And France would be doing the same. Honestly, I don't think I need your obligations. I'll be honest. Like, I appreciate the offer, lads, but I don't think we need help in this one. They even got lower quality troops there. They got skirmish infantry, some mobile artillery, some lancers. They don't really have a lot of artillery yet. They are potentially hiring a lot of, or activating a lot of con troops, mind you. So there might be some troops. Declare neutrality on that one, though. There's so many nations that are leading towards us. Okay. You know what? What the heck? Greece, I'm gonna call you as an ally. That'll be sufficient. Spain, I don't think we need to have you in here. Oh wow, Radical Abyssinia is importing tools from us. Okay, well that's a bold move. There's 7 battalions on the enemy side, but they are, again, not the best of quality. We're getting a whole lot of motor industries now, which is hopefully going to allow us to then start reducing the workers needed on the various plantations and such. And thus we can get a whole lot more out of them. Our troops are slowly arriving to the front line, at least. Oh. Traders in exporting... Oh. Why is this inactive, then? Let me guess, this is a war... Is that... Oh yeah, Communist America, okay. Right. Well, maybe we will stop that trade deal then. We can also probably stop that trade deal. I guess there might be quite a bit of other trade deals that would be quite useful, like exporting some groceries. Who would... Oh, wow. British market would buy a lot, but let's have a look at the productivity. Jing market would still be more profitable. Yes, we'll start exporting some groceries back to China again, and then we could probably export some fruit to Spain and Britain. We've got quite a bit of hardwood as well that we could export, and porcelain. Actually, porcelain, we can sell that to... We'll sell that to Jing as well. There we go. So we've got those now sorted. Our civil war over here will start soon enough. Well, it's not really our civil war anyway. It's the radicals in Abyssinia. We're simply here to do our duty and protect our colony. Oh, there's already a battle. Is that's us attacking, actually. And we got... Yeah, we got a fairly good situation there. So how about you... Oh, wait, why is this 2... Okay, 2 generals then. Right, well, let's just go ahead and start advancing the front line. If we can tie them in multiple combats, then this is going to be an easy victory for us. There we go. So that's taking the remaining 2 into combat. Both sides are a bit exhausted, mind you, but I think this is going to be quite an easy victory for us. And this one's also going to be a victory. So after this, they don't really have a lot of strength left. They have a few hundred men right now in the army. So yeah, oh, there we go. Cleared out most of that already. Oh, now they've got 9 battalions total. But the manpower is still very small. Where's the next combat starting? Oh, it's already ongoing. It's going on in the north, and then is there going to be another battle? Not yet. Because our vessel wasn't doing any combat. But we did start a second battle in here now. That's going to be another easy victory. So yeah, I would say that this is going to be a fairly quick war, all things considered. It's actually a good thing that we didn't call USA into the war, because if they had to end up like this immediately after starting the war, then that would have been pretty bad. At least we're improving relations with Egypt right now. So we'll be able to hopefully do the Suez Canal in the not too distant future, because we kind of need that, otherwise dealing with Abyssinia is going to be quite time consuming to say the least. We're looking on the engines right now. We've still got a little bit elevated price, but it's not too bad a situation. Let's go ahead and take the dye plantations up here. Put in some automatic irrigation. Actually, we did have dye plantation option down. No? No. We don't have dye plantations up here in Italy. And that wouldn't really make sense anyway. But yeah, we've got dye plantations up here that we can utilize. And we will probably go ahead and start increasing the sugar production as well. Okay, the automatic irrigation. It'll probably take quite a bit of engines, mind you. But that extra amount of sugar and all that will be quite handy. And looks like the war is basically over. I can't press the war goals yet, but I suppose they will capitulate soon enough. The walls of boys go down by 13. Oh, rubber discovered in Basconga. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Oh yeah, that's 2 out of 25, and there could be another 7 up here. Oh yeah, so that is the state. Right. Are they willing to take the B steel yet? I guess not. They will capitulate soon enough. And once they do, it's going to be a war over. Alright, so now we're building a whole lot of coal mines. We did build quite a bit of motor industries. Is there anything else that we need desperately? More steel wouldn't hurt. We also need a bit more railways up here in Lombardy. We'll get that underway. And then we'll probably get another steel mill up here in Piedmont. There's so many peasants available still in here that we can basically industrialize this pretty thoroughly, I dare say. Let's give another railway there just in case, because we might be using a lot of the infrastructure soon enough. And then I suppose the textile mill would be quite profitable in here, I see. I'll give that another level. I'm guessing the war will be over soon. And that will be completed. So Russia is at least neutral right now. That doesn't mean that they wouldn't join in a war against me if I declare war on Tripolitania. But I guess the likelihood of it is at least reduced. Oh, and there we go. Radical D02. Okay. Interesting. Well, noble civil war there. That's good. We're still making okay amount of money, although I suppose... No, we're still paying our fair share of the construction costs. That's good. We've got a little bit of shortage on bureaucracy, but it's not too bad. We've got almost 70... Well, we've got 74 million GDP with 5 worldwide, of course. I don't actually know. Who's ahead of me? Oh, is Norway part of the Ottoman market? Oh. But they are part of... Oh, right. So is Prussia part of the Ottoman... Oh, yeah. Prussia is part of the Ottoman market. Okay. Well, that's interesting. How is our relations with Ottomans, anyway? A bit poor. We could probably improve relations with them. And yeah, USA is having some problems there. So if we do have a look at the ledger, especially in GDP, we have surpassed Russia now. And catching up to France, British France, or Great Britain is going to be a bit of a task in itself, but we can probably get a little bit closer at least. Prestige-wise, we're also doing fairly good. Although to catch up to Russia, we need to get a whole lot more. And there's several nations up here that are actually ahead of us, but they can't go too much higher in the listings due to not being recognized country or whatnot. So that gives a bit of a chance there. Trench works will be done soon. So I think what we'll do is we'll get the trench works, we'll upgrade the infantry. After that, we can do the war against Tripolitania and make them into a protectorate. And now that that is complete, let's actually go ahead and upgrade the armies then. That's one army. Papal African army is going to get upgraded. And then we got the 4th Papal army. Will be upgraded as well. We haven't gotten... Oh, right, we got the shrapnel artillery already. We don't have... Well, I suppose now with the trench infantry also we'll have fairly good attack values, I guess. Although, well... Not really that great yet, but I suspect they will be going up at least. And plus, we are going to be amazing in defending that. Oh, landing craft spreading. Oh, that is... that is really tempting, to be fair. I think we'll in fact, just queue that up in there. It'll take some time. The shift work will be done in about half a year. And then hopefully we'll need to get the rotary valve engine and the steel railway cars. And of course the electric generation. But one of these needs to happen first. And then that... Well, if the rotary valve engine gets done first, then we might get electrical generation before we get the steel railway cars. We kind of want to get all 3 of these, let's be honest. So I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also, get the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, until next time, bye-bye.